Welcome, everyone. Today, you're not just watching another English learning video. You're entering a new chapter of your life. What I'm about to share with you is not just advice. These are tools. Tools that can break your fear, build your confidence, and completely change the way you speak, think, and feel in English. Maybe you've tried learning before. Maybe you've downloaded apps, watched grammar videos, memorized vocabulary, listened to podcasts, and still you feel stuck. Still afraid. Still unsure when someone speaks to you in English. Still translating in your head. Still not fluent. You're not alone. Most learners struggle not because they are lazy, but because no one gave them the right direction. No one showed them how to learn English in a way that feels natural, a way that actually works, and a way that builds fluency step by step. Today, that changes. These ideas don't come from textbooks. They come from real success stories. From learners who started from zero and became fluent. This is not about perfect grammar. It's about real communication, real confidence, and real progress. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be consistent. You need the right path. And you need to start now. The most important mindset shift is this. Start speaking immediately, not someday. The biggest mistake English learners make is waiting. Waiting until their English is better. Waiting until they know more words. Waiting until they feel ready. But when will that moment come? The truth is, you will never feel ready. Confidence does not come before you speak. Confidence comes after you speak. You do not learn to speak English by only listening. You do not learn to speak English by only reading. You learn to speak English by speaking English. Think about how you learned your native language. You didn't wait. You spoke. You made mistakes. You were corrected. Over time, you improved. That's how fluency was built. Every day, speak English. Even if it's just to yourself. Even if it's just one sentence. Even if no one is listening. Stand in front of the mirror. Look at yourself and say, "Good morning. Today I will learn something new. I am strong. I am learning English. I'm proud of myself." Talk about your childhood. Describe your favorite movie. Share your thoughts out loud. Mistakes do not matter. A strong accent does not matter. Wrong grammar does not matter. You are not here to be perfect. You are here to grow. Growth only happens through action. Some people study English for years and still can't speak. Others speak imperfect English for a few months and suddenly become fluent. The difference is simple. One group waited, the other spoke. From today forward, speak English every day, no excuses, no fear, no waiting. Every time you speak, your brain becomes stronger. Every time you speak, fear becomes smaller. Every time you speak, confidence grows. This is how fluency begins. Another powerful shift is understanding that you must train your mouth, not just your brain. Many learners fill their minds with grammar rules and vocabulary. They read, listen, and watch endlessly. But when someone asks a simple question, they freeze. Why? Because speaking is a physical skill. Just like dancing or playing an instrument, you don't improve by watching alone. You improve by doing. Fluent English is not just knowledge. It's a habit. It's rhythm, confidence, memory, and muscle movement. If your mouth isn't trained, your brain feels blocked. That's why you must practice speaking out loud every day. One of the most powerful techniques is imitation. Choose a short English audio or video with clear speech. Listen to one sentence, pause, and repeat it exactly as you hear it. Copy the tone, rhythm, and flow. Don't worry about speed. Just try. Doing this daily trains your mouth to move naturally and trains your brain to think in English automatically. You don't need expensive tools or perfect conditions. You just need your voice and commitment. Reading gives you knowledge, but speaking gives you power. Another key habit is testing yourself regularly. If you don't measure progress, you can't improve. Many learners feel lost because they never stop to check how far they've come. Become your own coach. Test yourself consistently, not to judge yourself, but to see your growth. Record yourself speaking on one topic and listen back honestly. Learn a small number of new words and use them in sentences. Challenge your listening without subtitles. Write short reflections about your learning journey. When you look back and compare, you'll hear improvement. You'll feel progress. and that proof builds motivation. This system is not about pressure. It's about clarity. When you can see that you're improving, you gain confidence, discipline, and trust in yourself. And that's how English becomes part of who you are. All of these habits are more important than grammar. Grammar can be learned at any time, but motivation must be built. And testing yourself builds motivation faster than anything else. So make a promise to yourself. I will test my English every week because I deserve to know how far I've come and how far I can still go. One of the biggest reasons people fail to become fluent in English is because they treat it like a school subject. They treat it like math or science. They study for a short time, then return to their normal life thinking, speaking, and living in their native language the rest of the day. That approach doesn't work. Fluency is not built in a classroom. It's not built by studying rules once a day. Fluency is built by living with English every single day, in every part of your life. If you truly want to master English, you must create an environment where English is not something you study, but something you experience naturally. It should be part of your morning, your afternoon, your evening, and even your quiet moments at night. English should live in your phone, in your thoughts, and in your daily routine. This is how children learn languages, not by studying rules, but by living inside the language all day, every day. When you wake up in the morning, speak a few English sentences out loud. Good morning. Today is a new day. I will grow today. Instead of checking your phone in your native language, change your phone's language to English. This small change forces your brain to see English constantly. Play short English audio while brushing your teeth or making tea. Let English sounds be the first thing you hear in the morning. During the day, talk to yourself in English while doing simple tasks. While cooking, say things like, I'm cutting the onions. I'm boiling the water. I need salt. If you're walking somewhere, think, I'm going to the store. I need to buy milk. It's hot today. If you use social media, follow English-speaking accounts. Turn your feed into your classroom. At night, before sleeping, write a few simple lines about your day in English. I had a good day. I studied English. I feel proud. Or record a short voice message to yourself describing your mood, your thoughts, or your goals. When you do this consistently, English will stop feeling like a separate activity. It will become your second skin, your second home, your everyday world. You won't need to remember English. English will become part of who you are. This is how fluency is born. Not through hard study, but through daily exposure, daily interaction, and daily energy. So stop saying, I will study English. Start saying, I will live in English. That single mindset shift can change your results forever. Another major breakthrough happens when you stop translating and start thinking in English. Most learners hear a question in English, translate it into their native language, think of an answer, then translate it back into English. By the time they respond, confidence is gone. Fear appears. Words disappear. Translation creates delay, and delay kills confidence. If you want to speak fluently, you must stop using your native language as a middleman. You must train your brain to think directly in English. This doesn't happen instantly. It happens slowly, gently, and daily, just like a baby learning a language. Start by naming the objects around you in English. This is a chair. That's my desk. This is my phone. The window is open. Then begin narrating your actions in English in your mind. I'm brushing my teeth. I'm getting dressed. I'm going to the bus stop. Next, express your feelings in simple English. I feel tired. I'm excited. I'm nervous. I'm grateful. Then practice small inner conversations. What time is it? What should I eat? Where are my keys? These small habits build thinking fluency, and thinking fluency becomes speaking fluency. Be patient with yourself. First, it will feel slow. You may struggle. You may go back to your native language. That's normal. Don't stop. Even a few minutes of thinking in English every day can completely change your brain over time. One day, English will become your natural response. Make this promise to yourself. I will stop translating. I will start thinking in English even when it feels slow or difficult. I will build my English mind one thought at a time. Your brain is like a garden. English thoughts are seeds. The more you plant, the more fluency grows. Another powerful shift is learning sentences instead of isolated words. Many learners try to memorize long vocabulary lists. They write down dozens of words and repeat them again and again. Some stay, but most disappear after a few days. Words without context are like bricks without a wall. You carry them, but you never build anything. If you want words to stay in your memory, you must use them in sentences. Sentences are complete thoughts. They carry meaning, emotion, grammar, and rhythm. They are what real communication is made of. No one speaks in single words. We speak in sentences. Instead of memorizing definitions, use words in real situations. Feel them. Repeat them in different sentences. Connect them to your life. When you learn sentences, you build muscle memory, not just word memory. And muscle memory is what creates fluency. Forget long vocabulary lists. Build sentence power. Someone who learns one sentence deeply will speak better than someone who memorizes many words and forgets most of them. Remember this: words are weak. Sentences are strong. Words fade. Sentences stay. If you want to speak clearly, confidently, and fluently, stop collecting words and start building sentences. And one of the most powerful habits you can develop is recording yourself speaking and watching yourself grow. What you don't hear, you can't fix. What you don't measure, you can't improve. Recording your voice allows you to see real progress, and that progress builds unstoppable confidence. When you record yourself speaking English, you give yourself a mirror. You give yourself honest feedback. You give yourself proof of growth. This is not about being perfect. It's about being aware. And awareness is the beginning of transformation. When you speak English in the moment, your brain is busy with everything at once: words, grammar, fear, pronunciation, expression. But when you listen back to your voice, something powerful happens. You notice things you didn't notice before. You hear your pauses. You hear your tone. You hear your grammar mistakes. You hear your pronunciation. You hear your confidence level. You hear how your sentences are built. Suddenly, you become your own coach. You no longer need to ask a teacher. You no longer need to fear judgment. The recording tells the truth. It's honest, clear, personal, and it works. Once a day or once a week, take a few minutes. Choose one topic. Any topic. Talk about your day. Describe a favorite memory. Talk about your dream future. Tell a childhood story. Explain how to cook your favorite dish. Talk about someone you admire. Set a timer. Press record. Speak. Don't stop. Don't worry. Don't try to be perfect. Just talk. When you finish, wait a few minutes, then listen. You will hear your strengths. You will hear your weaknesses. You will hear where your fluency flows and where it breaks. But you will also hear something even more important: your progress. Create a folder on your phone or computer and name it something meaningful, like My English Journey. Save one recording regularly and name it by date or topic. After a few weeks, go back and listen to your first recording. You will be shocked. You'll hear how much smoother, clearer, and more confident your voice has become. This creates motivation like nothing else. Because now you don't just hope you're improving. You know it. You can hear it. You can feel it. You can prove it. That's how real confidence is built. So don't just speak English in your head. Record it. Face it. Fix it. Repeat it. Master it. Even if your first recording sounds terrible, never delete it. One day, when you are fluent, you will listen to that old recording and say, "This is where I started. This is how far I've come. And I never gave up." The voice you record today will become the voice that inspires you tomorrow. Speak, record, repeat, transform. Another powerful habit is changing how you watch English videos. Most people watch English videos for fun. Movies, interviews, short clips. They think they are learning, but watching alone is not enough. Enjoyment is not training. That's why many learners say, "I watch English all the time, but I still can't speak." The problem is not effort. The problem is method. From now on, every English video you watch has two purposes. The first time, watch to understand. Use subtitles if needed. Pause. Rewind. Take your time. Focus on the topic, the emotions, and the main message. Let your brain relax and absorb. The second time, watch to train. Now you are no longer a viewer. You are a speaker in training. Pause after each sentence and repeat it out loud. Copy the tone. Copy the pronunciation. Copy the rhythm and energy. Speak with intention. This technique trains your mouth and your brain at the same time. You are no longer just hearing English, you are becoming English. Focus on phrases, not single words. Real communication happens in chunks, not isolated vocabulary. These phrases are how native speakers actually talk, and when you train with them, you begin to sound natural and confident. Once you feel comfortable, try speaking along with the video at the same time as the speaker. It will feel difficult at first. You will miss words. You will stumble. That's normal. But after repetition, something amazing happens. Your brain starts thinking faster. Your mouth moves smoother. Fear becomes smaller. That is how fluency begins. One video practiced deeply is more powerful than many videos watched passively. Repetition creates mastery. Patterns become familiar. Grammar enters naturally. Pronunciation improves without effort. Watching for entertainment may feel good. Watching to train will make you fluent. Another life-changing habit is creating your own English zone. Your environment shapes your behavior. Your behavior shapes your habits. And your habits decide your success. A plant grows not because it wants to, but because it's in the right environment. You are the same. If your environment supports English, you will grow naturally. If it doesn't, you will struggle no matter how motivated you are. Start by letting English live on your phone. Change your phone's language to English. This small step makes English feel normal, not foreign. Your brain absorbs it without effort. Then reshape your social media. Follow English-speaking creators, teachers, speakers, and storytellers. Unfollow content that doesn't help you grow. Turn your feed into a learning space without pressure. Create a small English corner in your room. It doesn't need to be big. A notebook, a few quotes, common phrases on sticky notes, your goals written clearly. Every time you see that space, you remember who you're becoming. Let English play in the background during your day. While cleaning, while cooking, while resting. Let your ears stay connected to the language even when you're not actively studying. When English surrounds you, effort becomes habit. And habit becomes fluency. If you want, I can continue rewriting the next section in the same style or polish this into a final full script ready for recording. When you walk, listen to English podcasts. When you rest, play slow English music. Let English become the sound of your life. Not just a subject you study, but a language that surrounds you, touches you, and trains you all day long. One of the most important parts of your environment is protecting your mind from negative energy. If people around you say things like, "Why are you learning English?" or "You sound funny," or "You'll never speak fluently," you must protect yourself. Don't argue. Don't explain. Just smile and say, "I know where I'm going, and one day I'll prove it." Then turn away and return to your English zone. Return to your mission. Your dream is your responsibility, and your environment must support it, not destroy it. A learner in a negative environment will always struggle. A learner in a strong, supportive environment will grow, even on the hardest days. So create your English zone. Make your surroundings your coach. Let your space speak the language of your future. The person who builds the right environment doesn't need constant motivation. The environment gives it every day. Now let's talk about patience and consistency, because fluency is a journey, not a race. The real reason most English learners fail is not lack of talent, time, or grammar. It's impatience. Many people start learning with excitement. They buy notebooks, download apps, and watch many videos. They practice for a few days, but when fluency doesn't appear quickly, they stop. They expected fast results. They hoped for a miracle. But fluency is not a short trip. It's a long, beautiful journey. Only those who stay consistent reach the destination. You spent years hearing your native language every day. From childhood, from family, from school, from life. Now you are building a new world inside your brain. Of course it takes time. Of course it feels slow at first. Of course you make mistakes. That's not failure. That's growth. When you plant a seed, you don't dig it up every day to check if it's growing. You water it. You give it sunlight. You give it time. One day it blooms. English is the same. If you quit after a few weeks because you still make mistakes, you're stopping the process too early. But if you stay patient and stay consistent, fluency grows quietly, powerfully, and naturally. This doesn't mean studying for hours every day. It means speaking a little, listening a little, thinking a little, and writing a little every single day. Even a short daily practice will beat long, irregular study sessions. That's how habits work. That's how language rewiring happens. You will have bad days. You will feel slow. You will doubt yourself. You may feel jealous of fluent speakers. You may think, I'm too old, or I'm not smart, or I don't have time. That's normal. What separates successful learners from quitters is simple. Successful learners feel those things, and continue anyway. They keep speaking even when they feel awkward. They keep listening even when they don't understand. They keep writing even when it feels basic. They keep practicing even when no one is watching. They grow silently, patiently, and consistently. And one day they realize they've made it. If you're feeling slow or frustrated right now, hear this clearly. Fluency will come, but only if you stay. Stay patient. Stay consistent. Stay on the path. Fluency is not a gift. It's a reward. And only those who stay long enough receive it. You don't become fluent just by studying English. You become fluent by becoming an English speaker. Not someday. Not after an exam. Not after permission from anyone. Right now. Today. Stop saying, I'm trying to learn English, or my English is weak. Start saying, I am an English speaker. I improve every day. Fluency is not just about grammar. It's about identity. If you see yourself as a weak learner, you will always hesitate. But when you shift your identity, when you tell yourself, I'm not perfect, but I'm becoming fluent, everything changes. Your brain listens. Your confidence grows. Your actions become stronger. Stop chasing only the result. Start enjoying the small wins. One new sentence. One confident word. One recording finished. One podcast understood. One proud moment. Collect those wins. Celebrate them. Love the process. The more you love the journey, the faster the results come. Speak English in the morning. Think in English during the day. Talk to your mirror. Laugh at your mistakes. Feel proud of every sentence. Don't say, I'm bad at English. Say, I speak English, and I'm getting better every day. Let English become part of who you are. Not something temporary, but your new identity. Once you become that person, nothing can stop you. If you remember only one thing, remember this. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be consistent. You don't need to sound like a native. You need to sound like your best self. You don't need to learn everything today. You just need to grow every day. Fall in love with the process. Make it part of your life. One day, without realizing it, you will look back and say, I did it. I speak English. This is who I am. If this message helped you, stay connected. More powerful English lessons are coming. Remember, English can give you confidence. It can give you opportunities. It can give you a stronger voice in the world. But most of all, English can give you freedom. The freedom to express yourself, chase your dreams, and never stay silent again. So don't give up. Keep going. The future belongs to those who speak. And you are learning to speak clearly, confidently, and powerfully.